Hey friends, what is up? What is up? Dani D here with today's episode of Dani in the DMs. This is where you slide into my DMs with a Q and I slide onto the internet with an A. An answer. And answer your questions that you have in my DM. So today's DM is amazing and I love it so much, and it's something that people think about all the time, but not a lot of people ask it until they're put into a situation where they have to deal with it, right? And that's what I love about this question. So today we are talking about stage fright. So how do you overcome stage fright? I personally believe, this might be controversial, okay? But I believe that stage fright is almost like a learned behavior. It is this energetic, emotional, like traumatic situation that we kind of slap a label on saying stage fright, and we kind of push everything that you're feeling when you actually feel stage fright and all the thoughts and beliefs and everything that's actually going on to create the stage fright. We kind of sweep it all under the rug and we slap a label on it like, oh, it's stage fright. Oh, you'll get over it. Or, oh, it's just stage fright. Like eventually you won't have it anymore. Or, oh, it's just stage fright. Like that's normal for everyone, right? We actually don't deal with anything that's under the surface. And there has been times where I go into schools, and this is a true story, where I walked into a class and this class was incredible. And the day before the performance, I had kids raising their hands saying, oh, I can't do it, I have stage fright. And all these other kids were raising their hands, oh, we can't do it either, we have stage fright, we have stage fright. And I asked them, I said, where did you learn that word? Not one time was that word dropped in an entire week of working together. It wasn't until just before the performance. So the kids hear this word and they associate to experience of having anxiety before you go and you are witnessed in front of a crowd, right? And so they're like, oh gosh, I have stage fright, when maybe that was never the case in the first place. Maybe they just had anxiety in performing in front of their peers because they have this fear of being judged by their peers, right? Like we don't actually talk about any of that stuff. We just slap a label on it and we say, that's stage fright. Personally, for me, I have been on the stage since I was about 8 years old. I have a degree in acting, and I have been on stages from the size of like 20 people in the audience to the size of 500 people in the audience. And I used to suffer from severe stage fright. It did not go away. I had a degree in performance. I was teaching kids performance. I was in front of audiences all the time. I've spoken around Canada on stages that vary in all different sizes, right? And every time I had stage fright. And for me, stage fright showed up with this anxious experience of panic attacks before going on stage. I would be so stressed out about a performance for days in advance, weeks in advance. No matter what was happening, I just had such fear. And for me personally, it was like, if I was walking to a room of strangers, my stage fright wasn't as bad. I knew I was walking into a room of my peers or someone who I liked, or a significant other, or my parents, or someone who had judged me harshly in the past, maybe someone who I went to high school with, maybe someone who used to bully me. My stage fright was through the roof. It wasn't just this, oh, I have stage fright. It was because I had such a deep attachment to who was sitting on the receiving end of my performance, who was going to create a perception around who I was or create a perception around my performance. For me, to heal that was the process of detaching my worth from other people's opinions and perceptions of me. That was my work. And the more that I began to really know myself and know my shit and own my expertise and discover parts of who I was that I could say, this is who I am, like detached from other people's perceptions, detached from what I think I should be or how I think I should be perceived or how someone's gonna view my body or if someone's gonna be attracted to me or not, like detaching my worth from that, detaching my identity from that. That was the work for me to start to heal this. Now I can honestly say, like, I get nervous before I get on stage, but there's a difference between nerves and stage fright. Stage fright is this intense panic. It's not, ooh, I feel nervous. Now when I walk on stage, I'm nervous every time, and that's okay. And that's okay. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be like, oh, like, I'm kind of nervous. I have to like perform, or I have to present, or I have to go speak. That's normal. That's normal to feel nerves. It's normal to feel jittery. It's normal. Like, it's okay. It's normal to feel adrenaline. when you're about to do something, or when you're about to like go and be witnessed in front of people, because it's like you are literally being witnessed. You are taking up space. And so when you take up space and when you are witnessed, all your fears and insecurities and stories around people seeing you for the real you are going to come up. And sometimes it doesn't come up as actual thoughts. It comes up as emotions. It comes up as feelings of anxiety. It comes up as feelings of fear, right? Or maybe you're like, oh, all of a sudden, like I'm on an emotional roller coaster. It comes up in different ways for each and every person. But a lot of the times we just slap a stage fright stamp on it. We don't deal with the actual fears that are coming up around being witnessed and being seen by our peers, by our family members, or by society as a whole. Honestly, here's the thing. We do not care about what people think about us. We actually don't. We don't care about what someone actually thinks about us. We care about how we are perceived by someone else. It's not that we care what's actually the thoughts in their head. We don't care, right? But we're terrified of how we are perceived and if it's going to be different than how we perceive ourselves. Or if we are going to be perceived through the lens of our own insecurities, we're so terrified that they're going to see us that way too. And if they see us that way too, then that just validates our insecurities even more. So stage fright teaches you so much, and there's so many different ways to heal it, but it starts with knowing who you are and what that attachment is to how you are perceived. I love you guys so much. If you have a question that you want to slide into my DMs with, you can find me on Instagram at Dani Druso, or you can find me on email, Dani@DanielleDruso.com. I hope this was wildly valuable. I love you guys so much. Kick-ass, take memes, change the world. You're fabulous. Stop being so secretive about it, and I will catch you later. Bye.